Hey guys, hey, it's the next day, and thanks for the positive comments. Considering the apiary has failed over the winter, yes, you heard me correctly. 4 out of the 5 hives have been confirmed to have died in the wintertime. It looks like one hive, it was a combination of starvation and Nosema, and the other 3 were absolutely Nosema issues. I think Nosema is definitely the silent killer, and is one of the primary causes for this issue, including varroa mites. Didn't know. I did. I'll do a playlist or a video at a different time to go over my pest management program that is all natural for hives, for all the issues that affect beehives. Um, but just suffice it to say that I had a program and that I followed the program to a T, and that it worked very well for the first 3 winters that I had bees, and I was able to overwinter bees just fine in this location. To have all 4 out of the first 4 hives I checked die, it tells me that I made a mistake. There was something I did, and that's the purpose of this video. I'm going to take a look at this hive right here. I saw some bee activity, but I can tell there's a ton of dead bees in there too, probably because of Nosema. I'll explain to you near the end of this video what I did that caused this issue. This is in front of the hive, lots of dead bees. Lots of honey. One bee alive. I'm going to put the lid back on. If there is a cluster, I'm going to close this back up very quickly and just let them do their thing. But I mean, that's not good. Look at the Nosema in the back. Yep. Moving this box around has caused these bees to move around a little bit. There's the cluster in there. Nosema is a very, very bad issue with this hive, I can tell right now. Look at that. Oh, golly. You gotta be kidding me. There's the bees coming out. I'm gonna close this up and get going. Yeah, the bees, I put my veil on because the bees were very upset. There is a very small cluster, and this hive went into the winter with very strong numbers, and that's why they're even still alive, because the Nosema is kicking their tails. Okay, so I'm going to walk away once I get this repositioned, and I'm going to make a little serum for them, and hopefully with a little bit of tea tree oil, and hopefully cleanse their guts a little bit, and then clean out the honey that's in here as well as the honey that's in these other ones, and just strip this place of honey, feed them heavy, and buy some more nucleus hives to restart the whole program. Let me explain to you now what it is that I did. Okay, so let's take a moment to explain what's happened here. My goal is to help somebody out there avoid this mistake, so you don't have this sort of a death loss over the wintertime like I've just sustained. Let me summarize the hive number 1, what I just saw, because the video probably didn't do a good enough job showing it. There is a cluster in there. It's a small cluster. This hive, just like 3 other of the hives, went into the wintertime with a lot of bees, which is a good thing. I had defeated the varroa mite really well. I failed with the Nosema. I did my preventative. I did a tea tree wintergreen oil feed leading up into the wintertime, but it got so cold so quickly, they came off their feed too quickly, and so it probably didn't cleanse it out efficiently. Nosema is called the silent killer. You just saw why. And there's a video link in the description below that shows yesterday's video on what I actually saw. This is what happened. I wanted genetic diversity within my apiary. So last spring I purchased a nucleus hive in addition to the overwintering hives that I had. And then I had been looking for a cutout all year long. I finally found the cutout in the fall. I did a video on that last fall. I brought those bees back to my apiary. I harvested almost all of the honey and put it into separate containers. I did the crush and strain method for all that harvest, and we got a decent amount of honey out of it. I then took the buckets outside, and I got distracted. A swarm of bees, a huge number of bees from my apiary discovered it naturally, that's what they do, and they started feeding off of the crushed and strained honeycomb and lapped up all of the residual honey. You never introduce foreign honey into your apiary. I know that rule. You never do that. I had made a mistake and allowed it to happen. Once I had gone so long, and I was in the process of throwing it away, I realized there was so much more honey. And so I had the temptation of, let's roll the dice, let's put the honey out, let's put all the crushed honeycomb onto a cardboard on the ground, and let the rest of my bees get really ramped up with honey so they survive the winter time. And in all honesty with you, I'm used to leaving a lot more honey. And so part of me was concerned that maybe I want a little more honey in the hives to overwinter. And so I let them eat the rest of it, and they ate it, and they regurgitated it to the receiver bees, and the receiver bees deposited it into their honeycomb perfectly. Little did they know the silent Nosema apis and Nosema serrana, I don't know which one was which got them, but was hidden in that honey. And as they were eating it, you could see it. You saw it in those frames. They would start consuming, the cluster would start consuming upwards in the frame, all the honey, and it made them so sick, the Nosema, the fecal matter was dripping down, like exactly, you could see a footprint where all the cluster had gone. Such a stupid mistake, and I know better. And now I've lost my apiary because of that mistake. Don't feed your bees honey from sources that you do not know, or rather from sources that aren't directly from your own apiary. So what am I going to do about it? I'm going to purchase other nucleus hives. I'm going to do everything I can to save the one hive I have left, then just start all over. That's the only thing I can do. Thanks for the kind words. Thanks for watching. This is a bad example of being a beekeeper, but man, it is what it is. See ya.